Hey, everybody, it is Friday. It is time for your 9-minute Phill-Up. Of course, we'll have overtime. And we have some special guests today, and I'm super excited about this because you want to get the word out, especially when something is going to help other people in the community. It's a situation where if you can help someone out in your community, you're doing a good thing for your community. It makes your community a better place to live. And we have an opportunity with this event to really help people, not just okay, well, that's going to help this group of people or that group of people. This is going to help everybody. This is an opportunity where you can, by just lending a hand on this project, you can help everybody in the community, make the community a safer place. So first of all, I have to introduce Andrew Henry, Jefferson County Health Commissioner, aka the Commish. That's what we call it. See, this isn't like the news. I couldn't get away with saying the Commish on the news, but we're here. We're gonna have some fun. It's Phill-Up. It's what we do. Need comments? If you have questions, comments, please share them with us. And this gentleman, Ralph Petrella, making his second appearance. He is with Senna, and he is really the reason why we are here. Actually, his dad is, and I'm gonna let Ralph take the floor, take the mic for a little bit here, and just tell us what this event is and why you've started this event.
Absolutely. So
bring the mic up to. There you go.
Totally good.
Yep. Awesome. There we go.
So July 13th, we are doing a 5K pump and run. So a pump and run, we have 3 classes. You can walk if you would love to walk. You can run if you would love to run, or you can pump and run. So we will have 3 stations: bench, squat, and curls. You know, because everyone loves curls.
Mm-hmm,
why do something else when you could curl?
Well, sun's out, guns out. As they say,
Are we going to curl on the squat rack?
Oh, we're curling on the squat rack.
Oh, okay,
wow.
Okay, all right.
We're breaking all.
Okay, now I don't want to interrupt your flow.
Yeah.
But tell me why? Why is this? Why? What person brought us here?
So my father was a former councilman, and he loved his city. He knew the value of youth sports, and we are raising money to buy AEDs for youth sports in his memory. So all the money and proceeds that we are raising, the Jefferson County General Health District will be purchasing AEDs, and I'll let Andrew kind of know, or let him explain what those do if you are unfamiliar, for all our youth sports leagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is an inaugural event, something that you hope to do year after year, and just very close to your heart, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And after the event, there will be a seminar on CPR training, because that is an essential skill that everybody should at least have some knowledge of how to do it and how to kind of help in those situations.
All right, Andrew, he set you up with what an AED is, because I did a story on it, and after the Damar Hamlin incident, if you recall, Damar Hamlin played for the Buffalo Bills. I think he's still on the roster, but he suffered that heart attack or heart issue. And died literally on the field in Cincinnati. And they used an AED along with tremendous CPR and great medical staff to literally bring him back. And one of the things, we did a story about youth sports teams around the Ohio Valley, and if different leagues had AEDs, but they're critically important, not just for the players, but if someone in the crowd has an issue.
Exactly. So there are a lot of organizations in our area that do have AEDs at their locations. Mainly gymnasiums, fitness centers are likely going to have them. But your smaller organizations, such as Little Leagues, often don't. So, for example, Steubenville Little League did not have one up until last summer. And we were able to work with them through funding from Encino Energy to get an AED at the Bellevue Park. Same situation happened with the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. They did not have an AED up until last summer as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
to me. That's
it
amazing
really is. I mean, as many people that are there during Fair Week. Now, granted, there's usually first responders and EMTs there, so there's an AED on site in all likelihood. Yeah. But nonetheless, there was not one housed at the fairgrounds, and we were able to work with, once again, Encino to secure funding to get that taken care of there. But ultimately, there are so many of these smaller organizations that have people there. If you go to Jim Wood Park on a Saturday morning, there's softball games, there's kids at the playground, there's usually a football camp or a soccer camp on the field, and there's no AED there. So that's vitally important to the CPR process. In the event of a cardiac arrest, you need that AED to help supplement the CPR, because it's really going to kickstart the heart more so than general CPR is.
And now, from what I understand, you guys are classmates, or you went to West Liberty at the same time, same time frame. And Ralph told me that you guys bumped into each other at the grocery store, and Ralph said, "Hey, with this, I have an idea."
Yeah.
And so why does this make it so important for the health district to get on board with this and jump in full, 2 feet in, as they say?
Right. So we do offer CPR classes at the health department, both it's called Lifesaver training, which is just going to be a general non-certified role, layperson type. And then we have the CPR certification for healthcare professionals as well. So, it's a major component of our infrastructure is to be community driven and offer those classes. And when Ralph ran into me at the grocery store, it's one of those organic ways to, hey, I see you in passing. You guys work in the community. Obviously, your dad had a tremendous passion for Steubenville and Jefferson County, and those partnerships that you build for just grassroots, people helping people, and we're all about it.
And speaking of your dad, he was. You told me that he was one of the driving forces behind getting the exercise equipment that are in. You go to a park, or there's a number of parks in Steubenville, in Jefferson County, where you show up and they have you can do push-ups, or you do dips, or you do chin-ups on the equipment that's there. And he was vitally important in getting that equipment there. So he was into, hey, let's keep the community healthy.
Absolutely. If you go to area parks, you'll see, just like you said, exercise equipment at each park. And when my dad was on council this past term, that was something they pushed through to get the funding, because it really was part of the, I believe, the COVID initiative to get health money back into the communities. It was really cool. The year those were installed, Senna went to Murphy Park, and we did a workout for free that day.
Oh, there you go.
And my dad sat and explained to people where that money came from in the community. They came and asked questions about why they were doing it. So it was a really special thing that they did.
A really special event. I want to recap when it's coming up. It's the Petrella Memorial 5K. It's the Pump and Run. We're going to get more into that. July 13th, Pump and Run. A registration that day, if you want to sign up that day, 8 o'clock to 9:30, the day of the event. 10 o'clock is the run, or the Pump and Run, however you want to do it. And there is a website to sign up. I don't recall exactly what it is, but do you have that? Or I can look that up real quick on my phone.
So if you go to our social media pages, either our Instagram, Senna_Blue Wave, or our Facebook page, Senna Blue Wave, those websites and QR codes are posted.
Okay.
Same with the Jefferson County General Health District. If you go on our page, it should be the most recent post. There's a link to register, as well as the sponsorship forms. I wanted to add that generally it costs about $1,500 to $2,000 per AED. So that the point of this is to generate that funding to purchase AED. So we do have sponsorships available.
And it's one of those things where if you raise enough money to get one, get two. This is the first year of it. So okay, we got one, we got two. If somehow you get 10 in 1 year, that's phenomenal. And if you continue to have this, I would imagine, okay, we've done all the teams and all the things we can think of in Jefferson County. Let's start giving them out to other counties, just to make sure everybody has that type of equipment. And of course, as everybody knows, we have to do our comments. I don't know if I can. I'm going to see if I can do this. See, Jordan, if I just. They're going to work. Oh, there we go. Big Pete, Young Pete checking in. Young Pete. Craig was the man. Indeed, he was. All right, Hunter checking in. Awesome. And then we found out the dog there, that's Ranger. That's Ranger. I found out the dog's name. It's Ranger in the picture. That's Hunter's dog is Ranger. We found that out yesterday.
Got you.
Yeah, so Ranger's all about it. Jess Gump, she's a big heart on this one. And then Pete just saying hello to Jess. Jess saying hello to Pete. Okay, with a little conversation going. All right. Cinna Blue Wave has led group workouts using the park equipment. Just talked about that. And on what is it? First Fridays on 4th in Steubenville. Cinna goes down there and does some lifting and does some of the health work there as well. So always thinking about the community, always trying to make people healthier. And let me ask you this, because I would imagine it wasn't very difficult to get the fire department and first responders to get them involved in this. I'd imagine they've got to think this is going to make our job easier if someone can start CPR or start working with something like that.
Yeah, so I'll say we do have one of our registered nurses who is a CPR trainer coming to the event. I believe
great.
Ralph took the lead on getting a hold of Steubenville PD Fire Department.
Steubenville Fire Department will be there. They will be able to assist in any training and things like that. And they have a special place in this because I don't know if this was well known, but they at one point in Steubenville they wanted to close some fire departments from mainly Pleasant Heights. And during my dad's council run, he was able to keep that open and help secure the funding for the ambulances, EMS for Steubenville Fire. So they will be there in support and willing to help this education as well. And again, CPR is huge. Out of my personal experience, it's left me feeling that I know I did everything I could. And I couldn't imagine how hurtful it has to be if you don't have that training and you just have to watch a loved one,
And it's one of those things, Andrew, I would imagine, if you can be certified, that's fantastic. But if you can take a class and get the basics, this is what I need to do to try and save someone, and there's nobody around, at least you have a fighting chance.
Exactly. It doesn't come down to a certification to me. It comes down to having the basic understanding of what to do in order to get the process started. Call 911, start the CPR process, and make sure you're doing something, because the last thing you want that person to be is a sitting duck. Do something is going to be 1,000 times better than nothing until the first responders get there.
Okay, so we'll probably come back around to the CPR and the AEDs again, but right now I want to talk about the event itself. And I know you're a runner. I see you Biasi Shuma up in Toronto every year, but I know you run a number of other races. But what do you take from all the races that you've run in to make this right out of the chute? We've got a pretty good idea of what we need to do. So this should go pretty smoothly. There's going to be hiccups like anything. I remember doing a charity golf event in the first year. You think, okay, I got it. And should have thought of that. But you've got an advantage because you've been in so many of these events.
Right. So I've ran a number of 5Ks and other races, as well as we've also take the lead on the Dean Martin Dino Dash 5K. We work with the Jefferson County Job and Family Services for their elder abuse 5K, which is at Jimwood Park. So we're familiar with that course. And between my understanding of how to operate a race, obviously you're always learning no matter what. This is a quick turnaround, but certainly with the help of Ralph and Pete, they know what they're doing from the physical fitness side. We put our heads together and we can get this done.
All right.
Yeah.
Explain the pump, because I remember looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, what pump and run? What are we talking about? So explain that to people. So from what you explained to me in my pea-sized brain here, you basically, you can take time off of your total time. So if I do 2 sets of bench press, I'm going to save time in the run, or?
Absolutely. That's exactly. So Andrew, great runner. I'm not a good runner.
I've seen you run. You're pretty good.
I'm sitting about 280 right now. Knees, ankles. I'm going to take my time.
Knees, ankles, hips, and toes. Okay.
So I'm going to take my time, right? I'm a little bit heavier. So in order for me to be kind of competitive, what we have devised is if you bench, squat, or curl, because sun's out, guns out. And there might also be a secret pull-up station too that can
okay.
double
Oh, you get double, but people have pull-ups are hard.
We want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
So our goal is to have fun with this. We even in the run itself, like we want people to bring their kids. We want people to have fun because we want to make fitness fun. So it's a way to make running fun for everybody because running is important. It's like I know I joke about running. I do run because it's for cardiovascular health. Right?
Just walking's good.
Walking's great. That's why there's a walking division.
Yep.
But if you bench, squat, or curl, it takes seconds off of your overall score. So
Okay.
those can be deducted after. So if I do, I forget the numbers off the top of my head we're using, but if I do 225 for 10 reps as a man, that will take X amount of seconds
Off your
of our
time.
time. Yep.
Okay. All right. Producer extraordinaire Jordan. She's not sure if she's running, but I'm telling you, I'm thinking we get her involved. The pump and run. I'm thinking she'll be out there leading the way. She'll get in the weight room, and then all of a sudden she's like 15 minutes ahead of everybody.
That's kind of the idea, right? If I never have to run,
She's shaking.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
shaking her head at me like, "What are you talking about? Just leave me alone over here. We're just doing a
get
show."
Pump like that way. Hey, come out, get a pump.
Yep.
You're looking good. That way your arms are kind of ready to go.
Hey,
Don't wear sleeves that day, right?
Yeah. And here's the other thing. If you don't want to run, if you don't want to walk, if you don't want to pump, if you don't want to lift, if you don't want to do any of that stuff, come on out, donate. It's going to help the community and watch. Cheer your friends on. Watch, they're going to come through. Hey, all right, let's go, Bob. Let's go, Mary. Well, whoever it is. But if you make that donation, it is going to help. And the registration fee is $30. And and I'm sure if you came over and said, "Hey, I got $20. I want to donate $20. Can we donate $20?" That's going to be fantastic. So it's one of those events where it's just. Ralph mentioned it to me, and I said, "You guys got to be on Phill-Up because try and get the word out because it is vitally important that we keep people as safe as possible." Goals for how many people you'd like to. I mean, obviously, you'd like to have thousands of people show up for it, but that might be a little overwhelming. But do you guys have a goal in mind for people? And how's it going because it's a quick turnaround?
Yeah.
Is it going pretty well with sponsorship? People,
This is a very important cause to a lot of people's hearts. So the turnout has been very good. We like to see at least 100 runners. That for our first year, we talked. I think that would be a really, really good number. But sponsorships have been bountiful, which has been exciting. It's just people in the community really want to support youth sports and safety.
Okay.
And that's really good to see.
Okay.
We can always use more. Again, just as you said, it's compounding, right? So if we get 1 AED this year, if we get 10 this year, it makes the next year more bountiful for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, and I would say pre-registration is the best way to go. We have the Survey Monkey sign up for everybody. Pre-registration is important because it allows us to get you a shirt before the race. So if you can sign up by Monday, obviously there is that turnaround time for getting shirts printed. Follow that link that's on Cinna's page, on the health department page, so that we can get you your shirt for the race.
Now, if someone showed up at Cinna or someone showed up at the health department and said, "Hey, can I sign up for it?" I mean, it's not exactly what you're looking for, but would you be able to take care of it?
Oh, we'll help them out. Sure.
Okay. All right. So health department down in Towers, Tower
Yes, sir.
Building,
Sixth
downtown
floor.
Steubenville, 6th floor, and Cinna over in Follinsby and Blue Wave Center over in Follinsby. So, make your way down there. All right. So, Ralph, your goal, because we need to see the big dog running. I know Andrew can run. Now, all right, let's do this. I'm gonna hit you with a challenge because we down on first on fourth. My big man over here, 650-pound squat.
Just 600.
Oh.
Don't
No,
hype me up. It was just 600.
it was 600.
Yeah, I wish it was 650.
Don't make me tell the truth.
I'm an honest guy, man. I'm honest. You know me.
No, hey, I'll tell you what. I was there and I saw that 600 go up and down. I'm like, that is a lot of weight, especially when he's backing out and the bar's kind of going. Bending. But if you were to squat 600, how much time would you take off?
I mean, that's
One rep. I mean, it's only one rep though. 20 minutes. Okay.
20 minutes. Like,
So if Ralph wants to win the race, he's going to squat 600.
That would throw off the algorithm. We'd have to see the math on that.
That would be interesting.
So a lot of time retention. I don't know if I could run after that.
Probably not. Probably
And
not.
After that, me and Pete went and hiked,
Yeah.
and it was probably the most painful experience of my life the next day, hiking.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Well, and the great thing is, if you're down at Jim Wood, they've got the splash pad.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
So
Right.
if it's a hot day, so if we're in the middle of a heat wave on the 13th of July, don't worry about it. You finish the run, you go right over to the splash pad,
Cool off.
and get the water to cool off.
Mhm.
All right, so gentlemen, I'm gonna leave it up to you now. Craig A. Petrella Memorial 5K, July 13th, pump and run. You lift some weights, save some time on your run. A 5K run. A phone number for you to call if you're interested in calling today. 740-275-8055. Registration day of the event 8 to 9:30. Run is at 10, or the event starts at 10. And the health department is involved. Cinna is involved, and plenty of people that are getting involved in terms of sponsorships and everything. But I'm going to leave, and I'm going to, if you go to the websites that you both have, there's going to be sign up. There's going to be QR codes. But I'm going to leave it's almost like the debate last night. So do I really want to go there? No. I don't think so. I mean, everyone in the room's going, no, don't do it. But here's the thing. We're bringing people together on this one. We're not trying to divide people. We're bringing people together. So everybody gets a final say, 2 minutes, a minute, 30 seconds, whatever you want to do. We'll start with, because it's so personal to you. It's personal to all of us now. But Andrew,
I want Ralph to be able to close it out. So once again, please consider either donating or participating. We have 3 sponsorship levels. We have a gold sponsorship, which is 300 or more, silver, which is 200 to 299, and then the bronze, which is 100 to 199. There is a sponsorship package with that. But once again, all things considered, whether you're sponsorship or you're participating, know that you're helping the community, and it could be your loved one who needs that AED. So get out there and participate.
All right. Now, before we go there, Hunter has checked in with Ranger the dog again, and he says my max is 205. So he's going to need to catch up to you to save some time. And then some kid named Ian that I may or may not know. What a great 5K. Let's go. And then he says, bringing people together for a great cause. Indeed, it is. And Andrew, I think you made a great point that, I was, we're talking about everything, and I didn't really think about it. Everybody thinks it's going to be the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about a car crash, or you hear about an accident, you hear about something terrible happens. Oh, that's not going to be my family. That's not going to be me. That's not going to be it. It very well could be. It very well could be. So that's a great point. If you're out there and you're thinking, I don't know, it could be your family. And this could be a way to maybe help someone in your family, or help somebody else's family, or somebody. It could be a neighbor. It could be someone you know. So we turn it over to Ralph. Ralph, some final thoughts on this event?
Well, you guys stole my thoughts. Those are great. I'm going to reiterate the same thing from a very personal standpoint. You never, ever think it's going to be you until you're the one doing it.
Yep.
So it's great to have the training, to know what to do, to have the equipment available. We talked about DeMar Hamlin, right? Even closer to home, there was a young lady at Steubenville Catholic Central that went to cardiac arrest during a game. And the AED was there, and it was really, really helpful. It was there. So having those at all youth events is imperative. And just thank you to Andrew and the health department. Thank you to the Steubenville City Parks and Recreation for letting us host. Thank you to the fire department for being amazing at what they do. And thanks to you, Bill, for letting me be here, man.
No problem. Knew your dad, great guy, and my honor to help out with that. And you know me, everybody. If I get through a whole week without getting teared up, that's an achievement. So, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So, before I start, just rolling tears, which is fine. It's okay. It's all good to cry. It's nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's good for you. It's actually good for you. Let those emotions out, everybody. So if you're feeling them, let them go. So again, just to recap, the 5K, the 13th of July, the pump and run. You can go to the health department's website. You go to Cinna's website. You can find the SurveyMonkey way to sign up for the event itself. If you want to make donations, you can make donations. If you want to come out the day of the event, make a donation. If you just want to walk, you just want to watch, come out, throw $20 in the tin, throw $5 in the tin, throw $1 in the tin. Whatever you can do. I feel like I'm doing a telethon, but it is so true. It's here's $1. If everybody just comes over and gives $1, all of a sudden you got a lot of dollars.
That's exactly
And
right.
and you know what? If it's a hot day you want to watch, come over and watch, and you can go to the splash pad. You can make some fun with it. But the biggest thing is, it's going to help people in the community. It's going to save people in the community. That's the bottom line. This will save lives. You are definitely going to have an opportunity to help someone save someone else's life, and it's just I think it's a great event. I know this is super, super tough for you to be in here talking about this today, about your dad and everything. And like you said, it's organic. You guys meet up at the store, hey, and all of a sudden you've got an event. So I can't thank both of you enough for coming in and talking about this, because I know it's tough to talk about. And I know you're a busy man. You've got all kinds of things going on. So thank you for taking the time out. We're going to try and make sure that we get a story on the news about this before the event comes up. And we will go there. We're happy to support it wherever we can. And just if you can, if you see this, if you hear this, please send in $5. If you can't be there, just send in $5 because it's going to help somebody. So again, I can't thank you guys enough. It's a 9-minute Phill-Up, and it has now gone. Let's see what the official time is. Jordan, what do we have?
27, almost 28 minutes.
Should we go to the half-hour mark?
I mean,
It's only 2 minutes.
yeah.
I think wouldn't we be cheating ourselves if we didn't go a full half hour? Andrew's going. I got to go to work. I got things I got to do. So yes, it is. It's National Food Truck Day. So if you have a good food truck that you know of, let us know. A couple quick comments at the end. We can go out to National Food Truck Day. But no, basically, just want to wish everybody a fantastic weekend. Have a great weekend. And as you guys know, 2 rules. Just 2 rules. That's all we ask. 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. And if we're doing that, we're having a great week. We're having a great week. We're having a great day. Just get the best next 5 minutes out of your life if you can. 2 rules. Have fun and try your best. That does it. Jordan, thank you. She's over there. She's in charge of everything, just hitting the buttons. She's got it all going on. Jordan, I'm not sure what button I would hit over here, so I will let you close it out before I blow this thing up. Thanks for all the comments, everybody.